Welcome to Take or Give, the podcast where we give you a backstage pass to the aid and international development sector and explain exactly how things really work beyond what you might see on TV or read about in the news headlines or on social media. I'm Lorriann, founder and director of the advocacy team.
And I'm Alex. I'm an independent researcher, advocate, and actor. And we're your co-hosts for this podcast. So here's the thing, right, Lorriann? We know podcasts can be a huge time commitment, and not to mention the fact that there already seem to be so many out there. So you're probably thinking to yourself, why should I listen to this one?
That is a good question, Alex. So we decided to create this little introductory episode for you, just to give you a good sense of what you're going to hear about in the series. Now, don't worry, it is spoiler-free, and we hope it gives you a bit of a taste of what's to come.
That's right. So what will you get out of listening to Series 1 of Take or Give? Well, a few things, really. I mean, the first thing you'll get is just a really clear understanding and overview of how aid and development really work. And this is knowledge that you can use to impress your friends, your family, colleagues, the random person who won't stop talking to you at the bus stop. In the spirit of honesty, that is me. I am that person.
And the second thing you'll get is a front row seat to some myth busting. So in this series, we're going to take you through 3 of the big myths that we've heard throughout our careers in the international development sector. The first myth that we talk through is the idea that countries who receive aid are entirely, and by that we mean 100% responsible for the challenges and the problems that they face today. And we explore this myth with Marcus Ryder, who wrote an excellent book on the topic of reparations with Sir Lenny Henry. The book is called The Big Payback, and the episode is excellent, so I hope you'll tune in.
That's right. And second is the myth that aid money goes directly to the people who need it the most. I mean, it's a fair and reasonable assumption that if billions of dollars or pounds are going towards foreign aid, that most, if not all of the money being spent would go directly to the people the money is supposed to benefit. So we dive into this topic with an incredible guest. His name is Eshban Kwesiga. He is an expert and activist based in Uganda, and you don't want to miss it.
You don't. And then our third and final myth is that the international development sector is woke. And to help us to explore this myth is Sarah Champion. Sarah Champion is a member of Parliament in the UK Parliament and the chair of the International Development Committee. And it's another episode that you will not want to miss.
So from these myths, you're probably already maybe starting to pick up on the fact that all is not well in the land of aid and development, according to us, that the systems and ways of working that currently exist are not benefiting those that should in the way that it should.
And you might be thinking, so wait a minute, Alex and Lorriann, are you really saying that international development does no good and that this funding is not having an impact?
Okay, the answer is no. In fact, the arguments that the right and especially the far right use to advocate for abolishing foreign aid, that, aid spending is far too high and that corrupt governments across the so-called developing world are just wasting the money anyway, these arguments are simply not true.
We are saying that the way that aid and development currently works needs to be transformed, and that the way that the financing is currently spent could really be solving some of the big challenges that the world is facing. And listen, open a newspaper, you can see the world is facing some big challenges. So we need this resource to have an impact.
Yeah, and if we transform the way that it works, it could genuinely improve lives everywhere. So look, there's so much more to come in Series 1, so we hope you stay tuned. We're going to give you in-depth analysis, lots of facts, some stories, and of course, as we've already said, a lot of myth busting. We've told you who our 3 incredible guests are. You don't want to miss it. And importantly, we also want your feedback. So as you listen, please leave a comment, get in touch with us directly. We want to know what you think and where the podcast should go next.
Thank you for taking a few minutes to listen to our introduction, and we hope to see you in episode 1.
You've been amazing, and we've been Take or Give.